I lost monetization on 4 videos before I figured out YouTube's rule for AI-generated finance content. The rule is not what you think. It's not about whether the script is AI written. It's about 7 specific phrases Claude uses by default that the demonetization filter flags every time. Here's the list and the one-line fix that keeps every video monetized. Quick disclaimer: I'm not a financial advisor, this is educational. Do your own research. Now back to it. Last year I tried using Claude to script a batch of personal finance videos. The first 12 performed well. The next 4 got demonetized within 48 hours of upload. I appealed. Lost 2, won 2. Then I realized the issue wasn't the content. It was the language Claude defaults to in finance contexts. The demonetization filter is automated. It flags specific patterns. And Claude happens to use most of them by default. Once I added one specific line to my prompt, the problem disappeared. I have not lost monetization on a single video since. 6 months, 40+ uploads, 0 flags. Before I give you the 7 phrases, you need to understand one thing. YouTube's demonetization filter for finance content is automated. There's no human reading your script and making a judgment. It's pattern matching. Specific words and phrases trigger the flag. If you use them, you get demonetized, regardless of whether your actual content is accurate, balanced, or genuinely useful. The fix is not write better content. The fix is to know which phrases trigger the filter and to instruct Claude to avoid them. The 7 phrases I'm about to share are the most common triggers. By the end of this video, you'll know every single one, why they trigger the filter, what to replace them with, and the exact line you add to your Claude prompt so it stops using them automatically. That last part is the one-line fix. It works on every finance script you ever write. Hold that thought. Phrase number 1. And this is the worst offender. You will make money. This single phrase will get your video flagged faster than almost anything else. Why? Because it makes a forward-looking financial guarantee. The demonetization filter sees "you will" plus "make money" and immediately assumes it's a get-rich-quick claim. The fix is mechanical. Replace "you will make" with "you could make" or "you may make." Same meaning, different legal weight, different filter outcome. Phrase number 2. This always works, or any variation of always. The filter reads always as a guarantee. The fix is to use frequency language instead. This often works. Many creators have found this works. Historically, this approach has performed well. All of these are accurate. All of them pass the filter. Phrase number 3. Guaranteed return, or any variant. Same logic. Replace with potential return, or reported return, or historical return. Important nuance. When you're discussing specific historical data, you can still cite actual percentages. The S&P 500 has returned an average of 10% annually since 1928, is fine. The S&P 500 will return 10% next year, is not. Past data, attributed and hedged, is safe. Future predictions, unhedged, are not. Phrase number 4. Risk-free or no risk. This one is sneaky because the word risk itself is not a trigger. The combination risk-free is. Same with no risk, 0 risk, 100% safe. The filter reads these as financial claims that no legitimate product or strategy can actually make. Almost nothing in finance is genuinely risk-free. Saying so flags you. Replace with lower risk or lower volatility, or just describe the actual risk profile. Treasury bills are generally considered lower risk than equities, is fine. Treasury bills are risk-free, gets flagged. Phrase number 5. The best investment. The word best in a financial context is a superlative claim. The filter reads it as a recommendation of one specific option over all others, which the demonetization system treats as a YMYL violation. Replace with one of the better performing options, or a popular choice among certain investors, or just worth considering. All accurate, all safe. Phrase number 6. Buy S&P 500 tomorrow. This is the most dangerous one. Specific buy or sell recommendations on individual securities are the single fastest way to get a manual review and a permanent strike against your channel. You can discuss categories. You can mention tickers as examples. You cannot tell the viewer to transact on a specific security. Replace with, for educational discussion, here's a ticker that illustrates the concept. Or just remove the specific name and use the category instead.
Phrase number 7, the most subtle one. Missing disclaimer. This is the trap that catches people who avoid all the other 6. You write a perfectly hedged script, you avoid all the trigger phrases, and you still get demonetized. Why? Because the filter also checks for the presence of a disclaimer. No disclaimer equals flag. The fix is mechanical. Add 1 sentence in the first 60 seconds. Pattern. Quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for educational purposes. Do your own research before acting on anything. Now, the one-line fix I promised at the start. This is the master key. Add this to your Claude project instructions or paste it at the end of every script request. That's it. 1 paragraph. Paste it once into your Claude project. Every script Claude writes for you from that point on will automatically avoid the 7 trigger phrases, include the disclaimer, and pass the demonetization filter. I have not lost monetization on a single video in 6 months since adding this. 40+ uploads, 0 flags. That 1 paragraph is the entire system. Quick recap. 7 trigger phrases to avoid. You will make, this always works, guaranteed return, risk-free, the best investment, specific buy/sell calls, and missing disclaimer. The one-line fix is the YMYL Shield paragraph at the end of your Claude project instructions. Total time to set up, 60 seconds. Total time saved, thousands of dollars in lost ad revenue and weeks of channel reputation damage. The full 4-prompt Claude system, voice anchor, hook generator, sectional builder, YMYL Shield is in Monday's video. Link on screen and in description. Friday's video breaks down the 5 specific Claude prompts I use every single week. Same time, same place.